Hello and welcome to the hardest endurance race in Real Racing 3. Yes, I know, I used to say that was the McLaren MP4X at Le Mans, but it is not. It is a lot easier for me to do that race than this race, and we're about to get to why. It's because you have to do this right here, which is very difficult to do without touching any wall or barrier. If you go back and listen to that, I didn't touch a thing. You'd be shocked how difficult that is. So, and that's not the only one. You also have to do this one, which there's more room. Ooh, that was kind of sloppy. There's more room to do that, but not a lot more, and you have to do it during traffic. So, and yeah, yikes. I don't do that cut again. I only do it there, and I don't do it every single time. It just... Sometimes those three bots are just annoying. They're just in the way. And then this chicane, you definitely don't want to be cutting this one. You want to avoid contact, but you might be noticing something. You have to drive so aggressively to pull this off. It is so difficult. And what shocked me was how fast the cars are once you get there. I've just never seen this before. Like, I'm used to cars after the perpetual point being faster. This seems like the bots were given DRS and they've just got it open all the time because they're so fast. So, in DRS stands for drag reduction system. It's a controversial feature in Formula One where you can open up part of your wing and get more speed, your rear wing that is. Anyhow, this gets a little bit brutal, but honestly guys, this is my best run ever despite that. That gaggle of bots drives me crazy. Oh, and this is getting embarrassing. We're going to keep on going. Like, honestly, this is so hard. I don't know if I'll ever do it again or if I even want to. So, take that for what it's worth. Let's do a quick damage check. Everything looks good. More on that later. It's all clean. So, now there definitely isn't DRS in Real Racing 3. Check that out. Full throttle through that chicane. A little more on that later. Definitely never full throttle through Parabolica, which is the infamous corner I'm coming at right now. I hate sliding off the track here so much that I often overbrake a little bit, but you'll notice even that I'm taking very fast. Now, this cut coming up. It is easier to take it on the right, but not when there's traffic. So the left-hand cut, I can clip that wall. I try not to, you don't want to hit that wall, but anyhow, the right-hand cut is more controllable, there's more room, but it's no good if there's traffic. This cut can be so difficult. Super slow motion so you can see that is ridiculously close. I am taking that very fast as I can. Watch this corner this time. No off track, because I really don't want to go off track there. It just hurts my speed. So that second cut, I will kind of oversteer to the left, lift off the throttle a little bit as I'm doing it, and then pull it back to the right. That's what I want to do. I don't always pull it off. Oh, this is getting a little bit, whoa, too close. And then I'm all sorts of loose. Okay, well, there we go. So, honestly, for me, I had to develop some muscle memory, almost like a flick of the wrist when I'm taking these cuts. They're so ridiculously tight. In fact, we'll take a look at that very soon here. I want to show you how tight this really is between this wall and the barrier. It's ridiculous. Now, I'm not sure. I don't think there's anyone here. No, I better stick it to the left. All right, so check this out. That's how tight that gap is. You see that? That's not a lot of room. Like, there we go. There's to the right of my car, next to the barrier. There's to the left, next to the wall. I'm not perfectly centered. You can see, though, that's not enough room for two. Like, there's enough room in a basketball hoop, an NBA basketball hoop. You could squeeze two basketballs through at the same time. Just so it's crystal clear, that means two basketballs at the exact same time, side by side. You're not fitting two Formula One cars through that cut. Now, this time I didn't take it full throttle, still very fast. And I'll explain the mechanics of that a little bit later. Kind of what I'm looking for. I do take some quick glances at my speed once in a while as I'm heading to a corner just to see how I'm going to take it this time. Obviously, I've done a lot of training because this is ridiculously difficult. It's very high level of skill you need to pull this off. Now, this is the lonely lap, and clean is very important. I hit that wall a lot more than I wanted to. I'd rather not hit it at all, but you don't want to risk hitting that barrier. Okay, let's check this out. See, right as I'm going onto this banner, that's where I'm starting this. Oh, baby, that's so close. If I pull that off really clean, I have to brake here. Then I'm looking at my speed. If I'm getting over 320, I'm often going to do a micro lift. Like right around 320, you could take that full throttle. It's risky. 315, yes, I'll take it full throttle. But over 320, I don't want to take that one full throttle because it's just risky. If I fly off track, I waste all sorts of time. Parabolica, I can hit up to 378 here. I just did. There we go. And I was braking a little bit late, so I wasted a little bit of time there. If I get my cuts perfect and my braking points perfect, I can do a sub 1 minute lap here. It's ridiculous. And yeah, this is still very difficult. That was a much better cut, so I'm going to hopefully catch some draft, but not get around him. That's okay. He's very fast. Look how fast he's pulling away on me already. Wow. He's acting like a perpetual point bot. So I still have another bit of a stretch to go. This is where you really need that full timer. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to take it really fast. Lost a little bit of speed there. Now I'm looking at my speed. Oh, I'm getting well over 360. Definitely going to do a very small brake, or sometimes I do a small lift right there. All depends. I don't need to scrub very much speed. Like about the maximum you're going to hit unassisted is about 370, 372 maybe. By unassisted, I mean not drafting. If you're drafting heading to that chicane, you can get into the upper 370s. But that's very tricky. Okay, now it's getting dangerous. Look at that timer. Almost hit to the red zone with that timer. So is anyone in my way? Okay, I'm happy to see that bot, but that means I gotta take that, that left-hand cut. That was scary. Looking at my timer, I must pass 2 more bots to make it to the next lap. That is a must. I need a minimum of 60 seconds per lap. Even that's going to get me in trouble because honestly, on average, I'm probably doing a 62-second lap here, 61 to 62. Let's see if I get one more. All right, I've had to do some training to figure out how that all works. So I got my 2 bots, baby. Happy to have that. But still, you're going to see, this gets close. I've had to do quite a lot of training here. It's been very frustrating. Why would I do this? Well, one, because it seemed impossible. And so I just had to see if I could conquer it. I can never catch the bots at Parabolica. I find that amazing. These bots aren't just getting a speed boost, they're getting a grip boost. Look at that timer. Down to only 7 seconds. I definitely would not have made it without passing those 2 bots. So now what do I got? 47 seconds. I need one more bot, at least one more, and that shouldn't be a problem. So you're going to start to notice here that there's a pattern that emerges. I should be able to get 1 right here, and then maybe 2. Good, that was a nice cut. And if I set this up properly, I can get a 3rd one. So I got to slow down more than is required because the bots overbrake there. Watch this. That little grinding there, it can make them hit the brakes. It's kind of interesting. You got to be pretty close to the front end though to pull that off before they actually back off. Oops. Now, if you were listening, you would have heard a lot of me feathering the throttle. I started my turn into the chicane at the wrong time, wrong race line, and so then I'm lifting off the throttle to avoid sliding all over the place as I'm off track. You lose a lot of grip when you're off track. That is definitely why I recommend people learn off-track driving so you can recover better. I mean, it's not something that the pros probably practice because you're going to chew up your car. Ooh! That was ugly. Again, better than hitting that barrier. If I hit that barrier, my car can go from, 370 to 0 in less than 1 second. So you do not want that. It also will heavily damage your car. Well, believe it or not, if you hit a barrier hard enough, you actually don't get any damage. It doesn't register, but it's risky. You definitely lose a lot of momentum. And it's terrible. It's better to hit that wall than to hit the barrier. If you hit the wall too hard, you will bounce off the wall into the barrier. Don't want that to happen. So what I'm trying to get is I want to have a nice, perfect slice through that cut. But worst case scenario, I'm willing to eat a little bit of that wall. In real life, there's no way. There's no way this car could survive hitting the wall as hard as I'm hitting it. I'm just bouncing. It's pretty crazy. Let's do this again. That was beautiful. Not a sound. And now you know how hard that is to pull off at those speeds. You've seen how little room there is. There are other cars you can do this in where it's a lot easier, like the Ferrari FXXK, one of the Porsches, Pagani Zonda, or is it the Zonda R? Yeah. There's quite a few cars that you can race here, and it can be fun. And it can be, sometimes it's so easy that even if you do nail the barrier, you can keep on going. Oh, look at that. Look at these gains. See, I gain in the chicane, but I cannot gain at Parabolica. One weird thing the bots do when they're exiting the chicane, even these top bots, is they slow down. And you don't do that at the exit. Well, I'm nicely in the groove. Let's warp ahead a bit here. So, yeah, we've gone ahead 3 laps. I'm just letting you know that. There's a lot of things that are kind of the same. Oh, that is so nasty. I had to act very fast not to spin out. If you go back and look at that, I was cranking hard to the left, off the gas and the brakes. We're warping ahead some more. We've skipped ahead another 3 laps. Ooh, whoa, I was not expecting that. Not expecting him to be so slow. Oh, no. Oh, boy. That's bad. To take a quick glance at that timer, I'm not going to see anyone for the rest of this lap. Okay, what am I at? I'm going to watch my speed. If I'm not at 360 at this chicane, yep, let's go, baby. Full throttle it. Need a very precise race line to pull that off. And look at this. Look how much speed I'm having going into Parabolica. Hit 378 unassisted. That's just me. My power. You can't take that chicane much faster. And look at my timer. Ah! That is so sketchy. Okay. So at this point, I have to get 3 more bots to make it to the next lap. Oh, well, I got 1. If you watch the timer there, you can see I passed 1. Have to get 2 more. And they're getting pretty far away from me. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't think I'm going to pass them on the left. Oh, oh gosh. You can see I'm going for it. Got my 3. Hey, can I get a bonus bot? Let's check it out. Oh, beautiful. Now I'm really safe. Okay. Oh, it's a bit of a relief. So, okay, I haven't talked about this. I have in other videos. What's the perpetual point? It's 42 cars. Past 42 cars, then the race could go on forever. The bots will never stop loading in front of you. More on that topic in a bit. I'm about to hit 100 kilometers, which is shockingly difficult. Now, I'm lap 18, about to start my 19th lap. That's possible now in the game. But going beyond that, going beyond lap 20, that's not possible. Ooh, look at that. Passed quite a few there. What do I get? Oh, I actually just got 2. Catch a bit of a toe. Now, one thing we should look into here is how damaged am I? That is important for me to know, because I might have to adjust how I'm driving. So, ooh, side damage, rear wing damage, more rear wing, more side, and all of the front wing. Okay, one interesting thing about the Ferrari versus, oh gosh! Well, who cares? I already have maximum damage, can't get any worse. Ferrari compared to the Mercedes. The Mercedes loses a good amount of speed after damage. Ferrari loses no speed, which is very interesting. Warping ahead another 4 laps, the Ferrari does lose some of its braking ability and I think a bit of acceleration. So I thought that was really cool how they coded this differently. Bye-bye. I have max damage, so I might as well do a pit maneuver. I can't get hurt anymore. Now that's risky if you get it wrong. Oh, you don't want to hit the curb like that, especially when you're kind of lost a bit of grip. I do notice that the Ferrari loses a tiny bit of grip. Okay, let's get a little bit back. Lap 24. Little more about the perpetual point. If it was easy, you'd be doing it everywhere already. You would know that. So you have to pass the cars as fast as possible, because if you don't, you'll never reach the 43rd car, which is the first car of the perpetual point. Another thing, fast back-to-back laps will get the bots closer and closer, which you might be noticing. They're getting closer together, which makes it easier for me to get them. Okay, watch this. Bump pass. I can do stuff like that now that I have maximum damage. If I didn't have maximum damage, there's no way I'm going to do that kind of stuff. All right, so we're getting close here. So there's a target distance I've figured out that I need to go. in order to hit 250,000 M dollars. After that, there's really no reason to keep on going, although the fame pay for the races in the Invitational series is awesome. We'll get into that in a bit, but the fame earnings per minute is just awesome. It's really too bad you can't hire the agent, but that's not going to happen. So let's see here. Lap 26. My goodness, that is something else. And then, I have to hit 144.89 kilometers. I have to do that to reach 250,000 M dollars. That's what happens when you hit the barrier and you go from 370 or 366 down to nothing. That would surely kill you in real life. You're dead. Like, that is a head-on collision. Thankfully, I'm not dead. It was purely a digital death. Well, not even a digital death because I'm still going. All right. I wonder how far do we get here? Might actually catch another lap, which would be really nice. I'm getting freakishly close to my goal. I'm also getting freakishly close to running out of time. I did this once before, and I ran out of time at like 1:43, which really sucks. No time. Clock runs out. I'm coasting. Oh yes, I crossed the line so I get more time. And now I hit the goal I needed for that $250,000 M dollars. Oh! Well, that can happen when you're taking the right-hand cut. It just, when you're driving off track, it kind of grabs you once in a while. And so I was just too close to decide. I'm just going to ride this out. We might as well see how much, this is all about the fame at this point. I'm not just going to park and and just earn nothing. I might as well keep earning. And let's see, we're going to go 2 times normal speed right now, just so this doesn't take forever for you to watch me to run out. And there we go. Now let's see this. 28 minutes and 13 seconds. I was earning 1,700 fame per minute. No bonus fame, no agent. And 8,860 M dollars per minute. That's pretty sweet. Check out that video for the fastest farming method in the game. Please like, please subscribe, drop a comment. Thanks for joining me.